Disclaimer, this is a non-profit fan parody. Footy Kuri is property of Gynax, Production IG, Funimation, and some others I probably missed. Support the official release by buying a Blu-ray or a t-shirt or a really expensive bass guitar. How does buying a bass guitar support the release, you might ask? Well, I wrote down the explanation for that in the other room. Just give me a second.
She was gone. The last distant sputter of the Vespa was an exclamation mark on everything that happened to that point. I released my fingers from the bass guitar, and it was over. You might be wondering how she flew away on a Vespa, and to that, all I can say is, Japan. To make any kind of sense of it, I need to go back a couple months. Back to when the pain started. The dictionary said it was a headache, but the internet said it was a brain tumor. The internet's never wrong. My brother left for America, chasing his pro baseball ambitions on a minor league field of dreams. That left his girlfriend, Mamimi, clinging to me, the table scraps of their relationship. All we had in common was that we both saw our nondescript day-to-day lives through hell-colored glasses. She drank the sour stuff. It went well with her sour demeanor. Am I reaching too much saying that? I worry that I force some of these comparisons more than Adult Swim forces more anime into its programming. Nothing happens here. Mabase is any pseudo-middle-class town torn between relevance and mere existence. Except for the Medical Mechanica building. It juts out of the urban jungle in the middle of town, venting steam from its base like a DeviantArt fetish. We were on the same bridge as always, searching for an excuse to be on the same bridge as always. I was about to break the bad news about Captain Baseball Bat Boy, when I got thrown one hell of a curveball. They told me I was clinically dead for 11 seconds. But as I tasted the decade-old concrete shortly before losing consciousness, I'd never felt more alive. I barely had time to remember how to remember anything when I heard a chainsaw about to cut down the last tree in the forest of my innocence. They tell me I was clinically dead for 8 seconds, but as I felt the solid body of a left-handed Rickenbacker 4001S with a Zerklo finish kiss my forehead just before losing consciousness, I'd never felt more handsome. Alive! I meant alive. In a 5-minute stretch, I was yo-yoing between dead or alive more than a beach volleyball game. She drove off before I or Mamimi could get her name or plate number. A cocktail of emotions swirled in my brain. Anger, confusion, sadness. It's what the Toronto Raptors must feel like every time they get eliminated by the Cavs. Back at home, my head felt 2 sizes too small for my brain. Little did I know my brain wasn't the problem. I briefly considered changing my Tumblr page to identify as Rhinokin, but I thought better of it. Rhinos can't type. Rhinos also don't have to worry about school. The hospital wasn't an option, not until after the severe cartoon physics warning expired in 2 days, so I had to improvise. The bandage did nothing but arouse suspicion. One of my friends implied I was using the bandage to cover up nuclear launch codes I would sell to the Yakuza. Another said I'd been cursed by God. I implied they should go drown themselves in delicious Mall's barbecue sauce, perfect for any kind of meat, most kind of vegetables, and toast. Good for the entire family, including that one kid who sucks at baseball. Mall's barbecue sauce. Don't just grill it, maul it. After a cold shower, I had no idea what was waiting for me at the top of the stairs. Damn, I was hoping she'd turn into a Nintendo 64. The old man told me that, no, the not as old man. There you go. He hired her as a housekeeper so she could slowly pay off his medical bills. Apparently he got a Vespa facial as well. At least I knew her name now. Haruhara. She was the kind of person who thought the toilet paper should go underneath the roll instead of over the top. Dangerous. Radical. Tubular. That's my favorite Super Mario World level. Tubular. She kept asking, what's underneath the bandage? I didn't know myself, so I lied and said, La República Dominicana. She stared a hole through the bandage. After what felt like half an eternity, she said, El caballo y el pollo está corriendo en la biblioteca. I was planning to sleep on the front porch, but I heard my dad call my name. Naota. He always told me it stood for honesty. I was the only honest thing about him. He always had something to ask me. Did I know why he wasn't upset that the housekeeper ran me over? Why did Mamimi buy the day-old bread? Why is your voice so deep for a 12-year-old? Wait, Mamimi was here? The cold air bit at my lungs. Fortunately, I lived only 10 meters away from the bridge, so it was a short run. The tension grew as we stared at each other. You could cut it with a knife. Or a novelty car horn. She clung to the old bread like she vicariously clung to my brother. It was then I knew I had to tell her. My brother caught white bread fever and got an American girlfriend. All things considered, Mamimi took the news pretty well. Little did I know, I'd just won a Yahoo auction for a giant robot hand and chose the fastest shipping method. I had no idea what I was in for. As she knocked out the TV-headed robot with a diesel-fueled bass guitar, it finally hit me. I was in an anime. Funny as hell. It was the most horrible thing I could think of.